What's good, my broskies? Welcome back to the BROSKIE channel. Today we got a special video because we're doing the P51D Mustang review. But before we get into that, if you haven't joined our BROSKIE community yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and join our Discord server. And if you want extra BROSKIE content, follow me on Instagram at BrosFilms. And we're gonna be doing a Google Play gift card giveaway in the summer. So if you want some Wings of Duty gold and you don't have any, follow me on Instagram because we're gonna be announcing that once school ends sometime in May, so stay tuned for that. And I know what you're thinking, Gknight's bribing you to follow him on Instagram, and that is 100% accurate. Just to clear up all the allegations, this is a bribe. Alright, go follow me on Instagram like right now, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't even know what you're still doing watching this video. Subscribe before you even watch this review. One quick last thing before we get started, because I know someone's going to ask in the comments, can you review the B24? And the answer to that is I already have, so go check that video out right now if you want. I will leave a card to it right here. So yeah, let's get straight into this review. Alrighty, so I know you guys are going to ask, how much is this plane going to run me? It's going to run you 5,000 gold, but not really. I asked all my sources, and I've got between 7,500 gold and 3,000 gold. But I'm pretty sure it's going to cost you 5,000 gold. Someone said he was very certain about that. So we're going to go with 5,000 gold. But then again, not really, because you're going to need every single plane in the lineup before it, including the P51C, which is 200,000 XP. So if you need help grinding that XP, I'm going to link a tutorial for you, which you can go check out, and that should help you get that XP you need. So let's talk about the performance now. Overall, the performance is pretty epic. I'm pretty happy with it, except for one little thing, and that's its top speed or its rip speed. Right now, it's ripping at about 450 miles per hour and has heavy lockup at 400 miles per hour, which is super unrealistic by like a margin of like 50 miles per hour. This thing should be ripping at 504 miles per hour in realistic mode, which obviously it's not doing. I think in historic mode, it actually goes faster than 504. But in realistic mode, definitely doesn't. Needs to be fixed. Even on the speedometer, it shows where it rips, where the red bar is, but hopefully it'll get fixed. Let's talk about the turn time now. Alright, the turn time is pretty good, but it's not going to be out turning any K84s. I think it's probably one of the better turn fighters in the game in terms of Americans go. It might even be better than the F4U Corsair. It's definitely up there with its dogfighting abilities, though. And not to mention, the energy retention is super insane. I think it actually has one of the best energy retention for American planes right now. Because as far as I know, this thing climbs at like a 6 on the angulometer. I'm making up a word for it, but that thing that gives you the angle of climb or descent, it climbs at a 6+ without losing speed. And for comparison, the P51B climbed at like a 3, so it's definitely like climbs double as fast, which is kind of nice. But all this extra performance and whatnot comes at a huge cost, and that's fuel. You're going to be like eating fuel like it's water. I don't know exactly how much time you have in the air. It's definitely quite a bit though, especially if you bring the drop tanks, and you get 2 of those, 208-gallon drop tanks, which is super nice. And you're probably going to ask me if I recommend them or not, and to be honest with you, it really depends how long you plan on being in the air for. If you think you're going to be going on a 5-kill streak before landing, yeah, bring those drop tanks. And if you want to be super try-hardy, reduce that fuel and bring some drop tanks, which is pretty much what I do. But if you just kind of want to bring bombs or something, then don't bring the drop tanks. 100% fuel is enough to get you where you need to go and back with no problem most of the time, unless you're going on a huge kill streak. Also, the roll rate's pretty good, so you can definitely scissor fight with this plane. Although against Japanese aircraft, that's probably going to be really tough. But against a German aircraft, it's probably going to be a lot easier to scissor fight against them. So I see a lot of that happening in the future on the Hamburg map, which, for everyone asking, I don't know when it's coming out. I thought it'd be 2 weeks after the update. That's what they said. But at this point, and it's anyone's guess. Alright, so let's talk about the armament of this plane. Super simple. 6 wing-mounted 50 cals. And you also can equip the 208-gallon drop tanks. I think you also have the option for the smaller drop tanks, which I don't know why you want to bring that. Just bring the bigger ones. I mean, if you don't want it anymore, you can just drop it. And also, you can equip 2 500-pound bombs, which is super nice. Not enough. I don't know if it's enough to sink a ship. It might be enough to take out a destroyer. But that's still quite a big payload. You're going to be taking out, I don't know, if you like bombing stuff, you might like this plane. But it does not have rockets, so sorry for you rocket people. Alright, let's hop straight into the ergonomics. The plane is super durable and super ergonomic. It can take a lot of hits to the fuselage. The wings kind of fall off pretty easily. but the fuselage and engine are pretty solid. Like, I don't think this engine has ever cut on me when I've hit it a lot, so it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Also, the bubble canopy provides for great visibility, so you pretty much have almost 360-degree vision, which is super nice, but I think the Yak 1B is better. I like that glass better, because there's no pilot sniping in this game, so it's not like the headrest is going to protect you from anything anyways, but they should definitely add some pilot sniping, because I'd be super down for that. Speaking of durability and stuff, I want to give a little bit of input on the new damage model system. I think they should take some inspiration from IL-2 and make it to where wings aren't just snapping off and planes aren't just combusting for no reason. I think they should make the planes overall more durable in terms of just not instantly exploding or dying, but like less durable in terms of if the engine gets hit, it should start doing funny stuff like, I don't know, like leaking oil or cutting out. Or even catching on fire. Like, I think engine fires should be more common if they hit the engine and not like some other random part of the plane. The wing fires, I think, are a little bit too common. I think they happen a little bit too quickly. And the wing snapping off definitely happens way too easy. Like, literally a couple shots and the wing just pops off. I don't think that's realistic at all. Instead, they should make it to where if you have that damage model effect where you have like those bullet holes in your plane, it should like significantly reduce your performance and make it so much harder to fly, to the point where some people are crashing because your plane has literally just been ripped to shreds. And then they should make it so that, you know, obviously if the engine's hit, it cuts out and stuff. I think that'd be much better and give for more realistic dogfights instead of just planes like exploding or just getting wing clipped in like one shot. But hopefully they take this into consideration. Also, I'm going to talk about the reticle of this plane. It's pretty nice, although I think some people said it was supposed to have like a dynamic reticle or a leading reticle. I don't know the real term for it, but basically the reticle, or a gyroscopic reticle, I don't know. It's supposed to like help you lead your targets. It's supposed to like move as you pull up and down to kind of like where the bullets are going to go. But if it's supposed to have a leading reticle, they should definitely add it because it sounds super cool, and I know they did that with MiG Alley, and I really enjoyed that feature because it made the game feel so much more realistic, and it just added a whole better experience. Also, at night flying, it's pretty good. You got a pretty nice calming blue light, which is, it actually looks kind of cool, so if you like blue lights, you have it. It's not a red light, so that's not scary. I don't know. I'm just here to deliver the information. But the one problem I have with it at nighttime is that the freaking windshield is so cloudy. Like, I don't know what's up with it. I describe it as looking out of like Roblox textures. Like, it looks like a Roblox texture. It's not even, it's not good. I don't know why they gave us a dirty windshield. I hope someone cleans this up for us because it's so hard to see targets at night and even on daytime. Like, I'm literally running low graphics most of the time in this plane just so I don't have to deal with as much of that fog and that windshield. And I feel like every new plane they add just has worse and worse windshields. So I'm hoping they can make the windshield look like a windshield while also not looking like almost opaque. All right. Also, you're gonna want to know where. Okay, the speedometer is pretty epic because it tells you where your rip speed's at like 500 miles per hour. But don't pay attention to it because it's a lie. As of right now, you're gonna see it has like a yellow zone, which is kind of where you start locking up, and that red where you're gonna rip. It's actually gonna lock 50, it's gonna rip 50 miles per hour quicker. So until they fix that, don't trust it too much. But I do like how it has that feature, so it can kind of give you an idea when you're about to rip, and that's killed me several times because I've always trusted it, and now I just don't trust it. But yeah, I'm just ranting about that. One last thing, the fuel gauges are to your left and right of the seat. I don't think it starts at 100% fuel, so once you start seeing it tick down, you should keep a close eye on it because that probably means you're starting to run a little bit low. Now you know. All right, cool. You also have 3 skins to choose from. You got like a green one, another green one, maybe, and then you got this cool silver one, which makes you stick out at nighttime so much that I mean, use it. I mean, it's cool. If you want to flex on people, use this skin. But if you're like a really sweaty player, use the green ones because no one can see you in those. So let's talk about some tactics. I recommend getting that altitude. I recommend climbing high at base and using B and Z tactics. If you don't know what B and Z is, I have several videos of it on this channel. Just find one that suits you. I'll even link one here probably. There's a few modifications I've made to the B and Z tactic here, which I'm going to talk about, and that is don't immediately climb up after diving on a Japanese aircraft, because chances are, if it's a K-84 or a Hein or something, or a Hien, people get mad when I call it a Hein, it's going to climb up with you, and it's going to stick with you, and you're going to regret climbing up that early. So I'm just going to go ahead and recommend you dive down on them, drag them out for a bit, and once you're out of range, then start climbing up again. Pull a hammerhead, like go head on head with them, or just re-engage them somehow. But don't immediately climb up afterwards. It's a huge rookie mistake that I foresee a lot of people making. I even made it in the beginning, and I learned that dragging them out is the much better option. I also don't recommend, and I think this is a given, don't turn with the Japanese aircraft. You're not going to outturn them in any world, especially this one. They turn far better than this P51D does, although it might be worth turning a little bit just to get a deflection shot, because this thing has the energy retention for it, and it does turn actually pretty well. And there is a rumor that you can outturn K-84s in vertical maneuvers. I don't know how accurate this is, but I do know I've definitely gotten a few kills by doing it. But there's a try-harding, sweaty way to do it, which I'll talk about in a second. No, I won't. I'm going to talk about it right now. So what's the try-hard tactic with this plane? Reduce your fuel to like 50%. That's going to like increase your performance by just that much more. And then bring the drop tanks, the two 108-gallon drop tanks. Climb at your base or whatever. I don't even know. Just have energy by the time you engage in that battle. Drop those drop tanks and just put your flaps on. Go 50% flaps and just turn with a plane in the... I would recommend against like a 0 or anything, but like the K-84 or this Ki-61 Hien, you can probably vertically outmaneuver it. Or at least they'll stall out before you will, maybe. And you'll be able to get some kind of shot in at some point. But I think in a sustained fight, the other plane might win, so you got to be very careful with it. But that's my try-harding method for you. And I'm just going to go ahead and mention B&Z is definitely the safer option, so don't blame me for your deaths if you try doing that sweaty tactic. It may or may not work, but all I know is I've gotten a few kills doing it, so try at your own risk. Alright, so how do you take down this beast of a plane? Well, turn fight in the horizontal. That's a given. This thing is not going to outturn you in the horizontal, so if you're in a K-84 or any Japanese aircraft, just turn fight with it. You can even B&Z too. I mean, this thing's definitely B&Zable because it does not have that. The Japanese planes climb much better than this, especially if you like immediately climb up afterwards. Also, you know, call in reinforcements. I mean, that's also kind of a given or just something. Another thing you can do is call in reinforcements. You know, that never hurts anyone. Especially if you have multiple Japanese aircraft ganging up on one P51D, it's going to be very hard for that pilot to outmaneuver all of them, dodge all their bullets, and B&Z. So, calling in reinforcements is always useful. Also, following climbs with them when you have equal energy with them, because you're going to keep up with them and you're going to hopefully land some shots on them. Or even better yet, you have more energy than them, just follow them up. I mean, you're going to kill them like super easily like that. And like I said, you can B&Z them because you climb better than them. And B&Z is always the go-to tactic. You know, don't kill all your speed if you don't have to, because that's how they're going to kill you if you have no speed. Also, don't go head on head with them. Their armament's like far superior. It's going to kill you so fast. And even if you land some shots on them, you're not going to kill them. Like, they're going to like destroy you way before you even... I mean, you might wound them, but they're not going to blow up or anything. You're going to blow up. So, don't go head on head with them. And also, one last thing, don't get shot. You know, that's pretty simple. Don't pull maneuvers that has a risk of you getting shot, because if you get shot just even a little bit, you're going to catch on fire in a Japanese aircraft. When the Germans come out, I'll probably have to make a separate video talking about how to do it. But it's going to be a little bit different with them, because they're going to have probably better armaments and be able to keep up with it and stuff. But we'll see how that goes. So overall, what do I think of this aircraft? It's pretty good. It's definitely a huge step up from the P51C. So if you're looking for like the ultimate dogfighter for the American tree, this is definitely one of them. I mean, the Corsair is undeniably good, but honestly, I think I prefer the P51D over the Corsair. Because my problem with the Corsair Mark II is that it just has this weird speed wobble, which makes like aiming at targets incredibly difficult. But the P51D, first of all, it's just an epic plane to have, and second of all, it performs very well. It has insane energy retention, so far superior to the previous P51s. So if you have the P51C, I would definitely recommend getting the P51D. Like, it's worth it. But if you don't have the goal to even get the P51s, there are definitely better options that are just as good. My recommendation is the P40C. I think the P40C is honestly the best plane in the game, and I'll stick by that until I die, probably. But if you ask me what my favorite plane is, definitely the Yak 1B, because it's just epic. So what are my recommendations for this plane, or for this game? Work on that damage model. Damage model is no good right now. Also, fix the speed of this plane. Should be going 504 miles per hour at rip, like when it rips, and fix that. What's it called? Fix that foggy windshield. That foggy windshield is not fun. And also add that gyroscopic reticle if it's supposed to have it. I don't know if it is, but if it's supposed to have it, please add it because that'd be kind of cool. And then with the damage model, one of the things I forgot to add is please add pilot sniping. Everyone wants pilot sniping, and pilot sniping makes the game so much more epic. So that'd be pretty epic as well. And overall, if I was to say like how they could fix the damage models in like one sentence, it would be drastically reduce the performance of damaged aircraft. I think that's what everyone wants. They don't want planes to instantly die. They just want planes to lose performance the more they get shot, and that's what kills them. And that's how it is in IL-2. Take inspiration from IL-2. And some other cool features in this game would probably be more dynamic campaigns and stuff. But we can save that for a different video. This video is getting way too long now. But I appreciate all you broskies watching. If you enjoyed or made it this far, please consider leaving a like on this video. It means a lot to me, and it helps me out with the algorithm. I hear a lot of other YouTubers saying that, so maybe it's true. But overall, I appreciate you broskies, and I hope to see you bros in the next video.